Okay, so everyone's in a massive race to deploy AI, right? But here's the thing. There's a huge critical flaw in how we're doing it. We're plugging these incredibly powerful new systems into an architecture that our security models were just never, ever built to handle. And that's creating a massive vulnerability right at the heart of the enterprise.
So let's start with a really simple but kind of scary idea. Your newest, most powerful user on the network isn't a person at all. It's an AI agent, and right now, it is operating in what is probably the biggest security blind spot you have. And look, this isn't some problem for down the road. This is an architectural reality that you're probably dealing with today. And what it means is that all those old assumptions we had about security, the models we've relied on for decades, well, they're pretty much obsolete now. Just think about the difference for a second. A malicious human, they're limited by human speed, right? They can only do so much. An AI agent, though, it operates at machine speed. It could literally exfiltrate your entire customer database in seconds. But, and this is the most crucial part, it does it without any bad intentions. It's just following instructions with absolutely zero real-world understanding of the chaos it's causing.
And that really gets to the heart of it. An AI agent's behavior isn't malicious. It's just a system doing what it does best, optimizing for an objective, but without a clue about the consequences. And to make these things useful, we have to give them broad access, which means they're dangerously overprivileged right out of the box. We are literally handing them the keys to the kingdom.
So if the threat is already inside, what good are our old security models? Well, the truth is, they're not much good at all. Your perimeter security, that whole castle and moat idea, is completely irrelevant when the agent is already inside the walls, operating with trust.
And here's where it really breaks down for folks in DevOps and MLOps. Your traditional role-based access control, or RBAC, is way too rigid for an autonomous agent. It forces you into this impossible choice. Either you give the agent no permissions, making it useless, or you give it way too many, creating a catastrophic single point of failure. It's like using a sledgehammer when what you really need is a scalpel.
This quote just puts the whole thing into perfect perspective. Prompt injection, it feels new, but it's not a new type of problem. It's basically the same fundamental flaw as SQL injection from 20+ years ago. It's a problem we already solved, but now it's back in a much more powerful and dangerous form.
And the threat really comes in two flavors. First, you have a user directly telling the agent to do something it shouldn't. That's what people call jailbreaking. But the second one, indirect injection, is way more insidious. A compromised document, a sneaky email, or a web page can have a hidden instruction that hijacks the agent, and the user has no idea it's even happening.
So what's the answer? It's pretty clear that just patching our old systems isn't going to cut it. We need a totally new security foundation, one that is purpose-built from the ground up for the unique challenges that AI brings to the table.
And that's where Sentinel comes in. We see Sentinel as the essential security and compliance layer that's designed specifically to handle these new complex threats. It's built to give you governance and protection across the entire AI lifecycle.
Now, this isn't about temporary fixes like prompt engineering or playing whack-a-mole with block lists. That's just putting a Band-Aid on a crumbling wall. The real, lasting solution is hardened engineering. Building security primitives directly into the AI runtime to solve this problem at its absolute core.
Okay, so that all sounds good, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood for a minute and look at Sentinel's multi-layered defense to see how it protects the entire AI stack.
So here, you can see how we map each of those threat vectors we talked about to a specific protection mechanism. We're not just looking at one piece of the puzzle. Sentinel uses static analysis to secure the code before it even runs. It ensures your data has integrity to prevent poisoning. And most critically, it deploys a real-time runtime firewall to stop those prompt injection attacks as they happen.
So Sentinel is providing comprehensive coverage across the entire stack. It starts at the code layer, scanning for vulnerabilities before you even deploy. It protects the data layer from being poisoned, and then at the runtime layer, and this is crucial, its policy engine acts as a real-time guard, watching every single action to make sure the agent does only what it's supposed to do and absolutely nothing more.
So what's the ultimate payoff here? What's the business outcome of this approach? Well, it's really about shifting from a purely defensive posture to one of confident enablement. It's about building the foundation you need for real, rapid innovation.
So if you're a CTO or you're running DevOps, Sentinel is what gives you those verifiable, tamper-proof audit trails. It's what gives you the robust compliance for things like GDPR and HIPAA, so you can deploy powerful autonomous systems with total confidence, knowing every single action is logged, secured, and controlled.
And I think this is the most important takeaway. This is not just another defensive tool that gets in the way and says no. Sentinel is an enabler. It's the guardian that lets your teams innovate safely, responsibly, and at the speed that your business is demanding.
So we'll end with this thought. The companies that are really going to win in this new era, they won't be the ones that just adopt AI the fastest. They'll be the ones who design for trustlessness from day one. So you have to ask yourself, is your AI a strategic asset, or is it an unmonitored liability just waiting to happen?